a very special evening to all of you, because always something which happens for the first time has the greatest significance of all. And this is, of course, something that we are attempting for the first time with a lot of expectation, maybe a little bit of trepidation too. So, this is Eastern Chamber of Commerce's first endeavor to express our gratitude, to express our admiration, our respect for people who have been doing extremely well in their respective spheres of industry, given a lot of challenges, given circumstances which are not perhaps wholly friendly, and yet striving along and achieving. So, this is our salute to the achievers, the GOLDSPEAR Award for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, this would be like preaching to the choir. I don't really want to say much about the Eastern Chamber of Commerce, excepting for the fact that we have history and heritage on our side. We had started a journey, well, almost 7.5 decades ago, on the 13th of June 1945, and we have been relentlessly working in the sphere of SME and MSMEs. So with these few words, we are going to show you an audiovisual. Let's have a look at the audiovisual. After that, I would be calling upon our guest of honor and our president.
Calcutta, 1945. The days of East India Company were getting numbered. Calcutta may have lost its crown as the capital of India, but fired by the capitalist dream. A battery of enterprising and domiciled Bengali was gearing up for the new world order. Jute, textile, engineering, manufacturing. Bengal was never short of vibrancy and business activities. An energetic group of businessmen and executives flocked together to grow through bonding and collaboration. Thus came Eastern Chamber of Commerce.
The Eastern Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1945, predominantly to serve the SME and the MSME sectors in the city. Over the years, traditionally, our area of focus has been the state of West Bengal.
In 1947, India wins freedom. Indian business and Eastern business set out on a new sojourn hitherto untraversed. Much water has flown through since then. Socialism, mixed economy, license Raj, economic liberalization. The business and economy kept on evolving through rise and fall of business empires and bodies. Eastern Chamber of Commerce passes the taste of time, grows from strength to strength.
That I tried very hard to get at least a couple of lady members into this chamber, because we once had a chief guest who had come for our annual meeting, and he commented on the fact that there were very few ladies as members.
Kolkata 2018. As Eastern India and India gird up loins to come up as new economic powerhouse, Eastern Chamber of Commerce charts out a new path, multi-pronged strategy to grow.
For more than 70 years, we are catering to the requirement of the small and medium industries and business establishments. And now we are spreading our wings to other parts of Eastern India, and we are sure that in the coming years, we will be an entity to be reckoned with.
Roadmap, infusion of fresh blood.
Eastern Chamber of Commerce, established in 1945, has been a platform for individual entrepreneurs MSMEs, and SMEs. We have now thought of branching out to different parts of Eastern India and the Northeast to provide opportunities for businessmen and individual entrepreneurs to come on board and get benefited from our services.
Branching out and spreading its wings.
Our chamber is a member of FICCI, and we are in collaboration with all the chambers in Eastern India. We have been attending programs by other chambers, and other chambers are also attending our programs. We are looking forward to more participation from our members and industry per se. Every year we do some industry visits which are very specific, which is very well accepted by the members of our chamber.
Venturing into new activities.
Every year, over the last few years, we have been adding new dimensions to the chamber, and this year has been no exception, with a lot of thought being given to extend the Eastern Chamber of Commerce beyond the boundaries of Kolkata, as we were till now. And with the support of all the past presidents and the esteemed members, this chamber will reach greater heights in the days to come.
Network is net worth. Collaboration and not competition. Knowledge sharing.
A primary focus of the chamber is to expand and enhance the quality of services that we provide to our members. Keeping this in mind, it has been the endeavor of the executive committees of the various years to increase the number of programs and workshops which are varied in nature and which will help add value and knowledge to our members.
ECC, the mission, let it emerge as champion of change.
Thank you so much. Thank you for going through this thumbnail sketch that we had provided on our chamber, on our beloved chamber, one might say. And now may I request our president, Mr. Shubhit Dotto, to please escort onto the dais our guest of honor, Swami Suparnanandaji Maharaj, who heads, of course, the most famous Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture. Can we request our president to do the honors? Our guest of honor being escorted onto the dais. And we would also request our guest of honor to first light the lamp to mark the beginning of this first ever GOLDSPEAR Awards instituted by the Eastern Chamber of Commerce. And may I request Shungita Das to provide the Shungit, the Ganesha Vandana being sung live by Shungita Das. Can we start her track, please?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shungita.
Thanks. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have as our guest of honor Swami Suparnanandaji Maharaj. And may I request our president, Mr. Shubir Dotto, to felicitate Swamiji with flowers and uttaryo. The honorary secretary, Shubhajit, may we request you to join the president on the dais. Thank you so much. And now our president, Mr. Shubir Dotto, will welcome our most distinguished guests.
Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests on the dais, off the dais, other guests, members. At the onset, on behalf of the Executive Committee, I apologize to all of you for the pretty, I wouldn't say slightly, but a pretty delayed start to the proceedings. But most of that was beyond our control. But having said that, as our MC rightly mentioned at the very beginning, that it is indeed a very special day for us at the Eastern Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of the Executive Committee, once again, I welcome you all to the 2018 ECC GOLDSPEAR Awards. This award ceremony was something that we had planned for about 3 years back during the tenure of past President Mrs. Shamashri Sen. But for various reasons, we couldn't put it into practice at that point in time. So when this committee had taken over it during the last AGM, in my acceptance speech, I had mentioned that this is something definitely, regardless of what obstacles we face, that we were going to conduct this program during the year. And as the members know, today after the conclusion of the awards ceremony is the AGM. So at least technically I could say that during the year in office, we have been able to execute the program. I know we are pressed for time, and I will not try and bore you all with my speech any further, and I will let the proceedings carry on from here on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As just mentioned by our president, that it was during the tenure of Shamashri Sen that the thoughts about this Leadership Excellence Awards was born, and finally it has received fruition today. So to explain the wherewithal of the awards, can I request Ms. Shamashri Sen, who chairs this particular awards committee, to kindly come up onto the dais and give us the background.
Good evening to all, and once again an apology. First time we always make a little mistake somehow or the other. However, I read somewhere that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. 3 years ago, I was the president of Eastern Chamber of Commerce. I had dreamt along with the executive committee that one day our chamber will organize a felicitation program for those outstanding achievers who did everything to make a success of their enterprise and also showed empathy to others on the way. Looks like that future is here for me today. Under the able leadership of our President Shubir Dotto, here we are with the very first edition of the ECC GOLDSPEAR Awards. Our executive committee decided to recognize the leadership potential and achievements of the SME and MSME fraternity in the Eastern region, and to provide a common platform for such entities to network. Hence the term GOLDSPEAR has been coined. The award depicts a portion of the ECC logo, which is merged with an upward pointing spearhead signifying the ascendance of the sectors in the region. the awardees have been carefully chosen to represent not only the sectors in and around Kolkata, but also from neighboring districts of Bengal, neighboring states on a national and international basis. Through these awardees, we have tried to recognize the power and potential of the SME and MSME sectors in India. We have also included the category for startups, as this segment will provide the supply line for the future leaders and achievers in these sectors. We expect that with your support, the ECC GOLDSPEAR Award will grow from strength to strength and shall be recognized as one of the frontline awards of these sectors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamusri. In a few words, she outlined the entire inspiration which has found a crystallized and complete picture today in terms of the awards. May I now request our guest of honor, Swami Suparnanandaji Maharaj, for his blessings.
Om Janoning Sharadang Deving Ramakrishnang Jagat Gurum Padopadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami. So I thank the President and the executive body of the Eastern Commerce, Eastern Chamber of Commerce, for according invitation to me to be with you all when you are going to felicitate or award some of the leading industrialists of our society in Bengal. It's a good venture, no doubt, because without industry, we cannot prosper. This is a very important goal of our nation. In fact, before humanity, there is twofold goal. One goal is prosperity. It is called Abhyuday in Sanskrit, and another goal is Nisreyaso, or goal for the absolute good. We need both. We need prosperity, we need good food. Even we need more things to waste for providing better employment opportunities to people. But while doing so, we must not fail. We must not lose sight of the other aspect of our goal, which is not less important, I tell you. So we must have high prosperity, economic prosperity. Our agriculture, industry, trade and commerce must prosper. But alongside, we have to see to it that the other goal is also taken into consideration. That is, we have to acquire, we have to accumulate, and we have to know even how to distribute it. Because as students of economics, most of you might be knowing that we have the theory of value. While reading the microeconomic theory, we have in the first part, we had to study the theory of value. And the second part is theory of distribution. We produce the product, we multiply that product with market price and get the value. But what to do with this value? We have to distribute it properly, among the participants. And these participants, as you all know, they are the laborers. They are the landlords, the owners of the land. and of course the business person, the producer, entrepreneur himself, and the supplier of capital. So wages, interest, rent, and the remaining would go to the entrepreneur, the producer. Exactly when these input prices are added, it would exhaust the total, and the welfare is ascertained. This welfare part, we cannot just assume away. That is most important. So it is a good art to earn, but it is also equally necessary that we have to be adept in distributing the things that we have after, of course, keeping sufficiently for our use. These are the twofold goal. This is the twofold goal that we have before us. One is, I just said, Abhyuday, another is Nishreyasa. And I know you are going to felicitate this evening Dr. S.P. Kanoria. I know him personally very well. He has been very much able, I should say, to develop the synthesis between these two goals. He earns a lot, but he spends sufficiently. And what he does with a sincere feeling that there is one witness who is looking into his activities always from above. He is a God-fearing man, I must say. I can quote without making my speech a bit longer. I can quote you one, say, the sloka from the Kathopanishad, which has spelled out this, say, aspect. Yada sarve pramuchyante kamaje ussa hridisritaha atho marto amrito bhavati atra brahma samusnute. It means ye kama ussa hridisrita, the desires, those desires residing in the heart of the jiva, the individual. Yada sarve pramuchyante, when they all are destroyed. So in the beginning, you have to give expression to your desires. The little child has no desire in him. You have to infuse desires into his mind. But just see, at the end of his life, that little child will now is being taught to free himself from all sorts of desires. In the beginning, there was no desire. And when you just leave this world, there also, at that time also, we should not have any desire in us. In the middle, we have to live a very exemplary life. Very difficult, but we have to do it. We have to make a synthesis of that. And also, so when desires are destroyed in us, atha marto amrito bhavati. This mortal man becomes amrito, immortal. Atra brahma samusnute. And in this very life, atra, this very life, he attains Brahman, the absolute good. So this is the goal before us. Since you have called upon me to speak something which should be very much befitting here, this occasion, on this occasion, I just told you what should be the goal for each and every human being. And I see here is a man, Dr. H.P. Kanodia. He has developed a perfect blend between the two. He has attained immense wealth and enjoy immense power, physical, economic, this and that, and lives like a king. But in his innermost heart, he has developed the very important element, that element of detachment, like a rishi. So a rishi can control himself, but he cannot control others. He is not our full ideal. Similarly, a king means the man who has more power on the physical world. I should call him a king. He can control others, but he cannot control himself, his own passion, his own greed, his own desires, his own anger. So we have to blend these two. The rishi and the raja. We have to combine these two goals. And each of us would have to be a Rajursi. That is the goal before us. The Eastern Chamber of Commerce is trying to give felicitations to, I do not know to how many such achievers in industrial field, but I have heard that Professor, also Dr. H.P. Kanodia is one of them. But I tell you, the President of ECC, that you have chosen perfectly a very important person, very eligible person. He is an industrialist, no doubt, but he's really a rishi in his personal life. So I appreciate your choice. With these few words, I express my love and regards to each of you, to the executives of the ECC, and also Dr. Kanodia. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We would like to mention at this point that we had invited as our chief guest the Honorable Minister, Sri Sobhandeb Chattopadhyay. Unfortunately, he is busy in his ministerial, in a ministerial meeting, and therefore maybe he would be delayed. So with your permission, we would move straight on to the awards, and we commence first with the Niche Industry of the Year Awards. We have our guest of honor, Swami Suparnanandaji Maharaj. We have our President, Sri Shubhit Dotto. May I also call upon the stage Mr. Shubhajit Roy, our Honorary Secretary, as also our Treasurer, Mr. Devashish Ghosh. In their presence, we would be awarding for excellence in leadership some of the best known names in industry. We are going to commence with someone who is a true leader in his particular area of expertise. Mr. Madan Mohan Maitra, Chairman and Managing Director of Maitra Poultry's group of companies. Ladies and gentlemen, these companies are engaged in operation with direct poultry farming using the latest international techniques with modern hygienic parameters of layer poultry farming in West Bengal. This group is the largest table egg producer, including value-added eggs all over Eastern India. We are now going to show you a short audiovisual. No audiovisuals. All right, we'll skip the audiovisuals as it is. We are running short of time. So may I call upon Mr. Madan Mohan Maitra with the accompaniment of a large round of applause onto the dais, and we would be requesting our most distinguished guest of honor, as also the members of our body, to award Sri Madan Mohan Maitra. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Madan Mohan Maitra is truly someone who is gold spearing ahead, and it is indeed our privilege to acknowledge the wonderful contribution that he is making. Thank you so much, and can we hear a few words from Mr. Madan Mohan Maitra?
Namaskar, Swamiji, and the Presidents and Executive Committee and Secretary of the Eastern Chamber of Commerce. I am very proud for these awards. My ambition was the West Bengal will be the #1 state in poultry farming in India. We are all are known, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka is very good places. And basically, from 2008-9, I have started the development of poultry in West Bengal rapidly. And now we are very happy. In 2008-9, we have a ranking in India in 18. Now we are in a 4th place in India. And we are very proud the Eastern people are going to visit a good poultry in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh or Karnataka. Until today, we are at par development of the Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. More or less, some of the parts we are better than the all over any part of the country as the standard of international. And our West Bengal Poultry Federation and National Egg Coordination Committee, both we have tried within 4 or 5 years, we should be reach a requirement of our state, whatever required. Now we are excess in the broiler production as per required of our state. In 2008-9, we have only produced 30% of the broilers as per our requirement. And in table eggs, in 2008-9, we have produced only 5% as per our requirement in our state. Today, we are going to reach 53% of our requirement. And we are a rapidly growth for development. And in case of, in terms of the employment, the nearly, our federation member is the more than 25,000 and nearly 5.5 lakhs people is employed in this industry within 7 years. And I am also in Rotary, all are very known face to Rotary. We are running a good Rotary eye hospital in Midnapur. Within 3 years, in this year, we have completed 5,500 free eye surgery to the poorest people in Paschim Medinipur, Bankura and Purva Medinipur district. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, what can we say? The good work will continue. Congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next awardee. And he is from a renowned business family of Purulia. And by training, he is a chartered accountant. However, the business story started in the year 1995 when he took over a mini cement manufacturing plant. Pragati Cement went on to become a wonderful success story. And we are talking about Mr. Ajit Kumar Saraogi. In the year 2012, he progressed from there and he started his own real estate business, Pragati Infratech. Currently, he has entered the granite mining field and has also installed a granite cutting and polishing unit. Ladies and gentlemen, join your hands for Mr. Ajit Kumar Saraogi. And today, it is our privilege to award the most successful first generation businessman of Purulia. We would love to hear a few words from Mr. Saraogi.
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. This is a very auspicious moment for me, and it's also a great honor for me to be given the such Leadership Excellence Award for my contribution to the cement industry. I am truly obliged for this great honor and recognition given by Eastern Chamber of Commerce. Being honest, the journey was not easy. In fact, it was very long, right from the moment when the idea came up for installing a cement plant in Purulia. A lot of work has been done and have become a leading plant now in West Bengal. During that period, the industrialization scenario of West Bengal was not like what it is today. Transforming the idea to the real output required a good deal of efforts and various challenges came in the way. I was not alone, though I had my family members and friends who worked along with me. I am one standing here accepting this award, but the award belongs at least equally to the great team, and I have had the good fortune to work with the various stages of my career and my managers, supervisors, and workers who provided unconditional support to me. I am truly blessed to have such a wonderful family throughout, showing their support in such a magnificent way. I simply express my appreciation with a sincere and profound thanks. Thank you, President Subirda, award committee members, and the members of Eastern Chamber of Commerce for the accolade and the evening that I will treasure forever. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, two names that everyone in the city is familiar with, Shiladitya Chaudhuri and Debaditya Chaudhuri. Shiladitya Chaudhuri, I'm sure if we ask him that how would he like to be sort of introduced, I'm sure the core area of his fondness, of his passion is food. He would like to be introduced as a foodie. And of course, when your passion becomes your profession, success is inevitable. Maybe it all started with a period dining experience, Aud, 1590. And when it was started, maybe in a record space of time, it became one of the most visited restaurants, and people just went crazy about the food, about the kebabs, to be specific, about the ambience, about the music, everything. And then, of course, Chapter 2 had this extremely retro feel about it, because as Shiladitya is fond of saying, that this is his tribute to a restaurant that we all remember, but it closed, unfortunately, in her childhood, Sky Room. And then, of course, there is the quick service restaurant, Master Dim Sum. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not saying much, because there is another area, he's a very versatile man of Shiladitya, which is Sagittarius, which in fact precedes his restaurant business, and he is one of the most successful entrepreneurs in this particular area, public relations. As to Debaditya, I'm sure only one line would sum up the journey of his life, from Lokhi Chhara to Lokhi Monto, because he was part of the most famous band, Lokhi Chhara. He's a wonderful musician, and Lokhi Chhara took him to various places in the world. Once again, his love for food, and now, I'm sure every one of us here, we do have the Chowman app saved on our mobiles, because that is our go-to solution when there's no dinner at home. So, may I call upon Shiladitya and Debaditya Chaudhuri to please come up onto the dais. দুজনের কাছে কিছু শুনি। ও বাকি আছে এখনো। বেশ।
Firstly, we would like to thank Eastern Chamber of Commerce আমাদের ডাকার জন্যে। আমরা ঠিক প্রস্তুত ছিলাম না এরকম একটা অ্যাওয়ার্ড পাওয়ার জন্যে। রিয়েলি থ্যাঙ্কফুল, আরও বেশি করে খান, আরও বেশি করে আমাদের জায়গায় আসুন, আর অবশ্যই গান শুনতে ভুলবেন না। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। দাদাকে বলি কিছু বলার জন্য।
ভাই তো যা বলার বলেই দিয়েছে, বাট থ্যাংক ইউ ইস্টার্ন চেম্বার অফ কমার্স, স্পেশালি ঋত্বিক আমাদের বন্ধু, দ্য প্রেসিডেন্ট মহারাজ এখানে রয়েছেন। এই খাবার ব্যবসাটা কিন্তু আমরা শুরু করেছিলাম, ইনফ্যাক্ট মাই ব্রাদার স্টার্টেড ফার্স্ট চাউম্যান, একটা জাস্ট খেতে ভালোবাসি বলে। আমরা ছোটো থেকে খেতে ভালোবাসতাম, সেখান থেকে কিন্তু এই ব্যবসার উৎস, সেখান থেকে আজ এই জায়গায় যেতে পেরেছে আপনাদের সবার খাবারের প্রতি ভালোবাসা, তার জন্যই And we wish by 2020 we'll have at least 50 restaurants in the city. Thank you.
আমার একটা ছোট্ট প্রশ্ন আছে, ফুডিজরা এত লেভেলে ওয়েট লুজ করে কি করে? এই সিক্রেটটা একটু বলে দিতে হবে।
এটা আসলে যারা আমাকে আগে দেখেনি তারা আমি 20 কেজি লুজ করেছি। অ্যাকচুয়ালি একটা সিনেমা করছি, সেটার জন্য এখন লুজ করছি। দাদুল দাসের সিনেমাটাতে আছে, তাই জন্য আমরা একসাথে চেষ্টা করছি লুজ করার জন্য।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ, থ্যাংক ইউ। বেশ, যে দাদুলদার কথা উঠলো তার কথাতেই চলে আসি। অফকোর্স মোস্ট অফ আস নো হিম অ্যাজ মিস্টার অরিজিৎ দত্ত। Ladies and gentlemen, when we say that Arijit Dotto would be getting this Niche Industry of the Year award for adventure ecotourism, some of the eyebrows are going to be raised because, of course, Arijit is synonymous with Priya, with the whole Priya, with Priya Entertainment, and many of us know, some of us may not know, that for the past couple of years, the Koirabera Eco Adventure Resorts in Purulia has been a super hit. We do know that this is a very, very successful eco adventure resort, but the fact that once again it is Arijit Dotto of Priya, the actor, the owner of Priya Entertainment, is behind this particular endeavor, is something that may not be entirely known. But from tomorrow it's going to be known because he receives the GOLDSPEAR Award for Eco Adventure Tourism. We welcome onto the dais Mr. Arijit Dotto. Congratulations. And of course, we would like to hear.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, on the dais and of course on the floor watching us. Yes, this was something which I was always very interested in, that is nature and adventure, wildlife, etc. So this is a term which we coined, and luckily we found, it was just sheer luck, that this term had not been used by anyone in the world. That's why we had the .com and .net, we could block it. The next one coming up should be in Sikkim. Hopefully that would be a very different positioning. But I think you all should visit. It's very different. Purulia is something which we all think is very hot. It actually is not. In certain parts of Purulia, let's say Ayodhya Hills, after 4 o'clock, most of the time you may not even need the fan. That's the weather there. But it's just a thought. And thank you very much, Eastern Chamber of Commerce, for giving me this award. It's certainly a pleasure and an honor of mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And now we move on to something which economists believe is the backbone, should be at least the backbone of the Indian economy, and that is microfinance. It is our pleasure and privilege to award Dr. Kuldeep Maitra, Managing Director and CEO of Village Financial Services, for his excellent work in this area. Under his leadership and guidance, Village Financial Services reached a new height and recognition both nationally and internationally, receiving multiple awards as a token of appreciation. We welcome onto the stage Dr. Kuldeep Maitra. Once again, congratulations to Dr. Kulodip Maiti, a silent social worker, a youth icon engaged in servicing the disadvantaged. We would like to hear a few words from you.
Thank you so much. Basically, most of us may be not knowing about microfinance. So basically, we provide loans to the underprivileged people who don't have any access to the financial sector, mostly to the banks. So we do have operation in 10 states, mostly in the eastern part of the country. So basically the people, mostly women, 100% women, we give loan to them who are engaged in any kind of income generating activities, and they need a small ticket size loan of maybe 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, but they are not have any access to the formal financial sector. So mostly they are dependent to the money lenders, where they used to borrow about a rate of 5% to 6% rate of interest per month. So there we are providing this loan, and thank you so much for this Chamber of Commerce for recognizing me, our organization, as well as the microfinance industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now we call upon the dais Mr. Dipankar Chatterjee. Dipankar has been a driving force both in media creation and agencies in the country. But ladies and gentlemen, as the managing partner of Signpost India, we do have to say that his own venture, Signpost India Private Limited, was a tremendous success. He had worked in this industry, but when he started his new venture, that was truly path-breaking. Congratulations to Dipankar Chatterjee. Thank you, Mr. Dipankar Chatterjee, and we would, of course, love to hear your reaction.
Thank you so much. I'm not a great speaker, nor am I prepared, but taking a cue from Mr. Maiti, Kolkata Airport is fourth largest revenue generator in terms of advertising, has become in last 1 year. It was way back in 8th or 10th position, but it's become fourth one now. And it is one of the most digitized airport advertising that you can see across the country. That's what we have tried to do something, and try to do something new for Kolkata. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we move on to someone who has been working in the area of information technology and how. Ashok Kumar Laha, founder, president and CEO of Intera IT. Congratulations to Mr. Ashok Kumar Laha, who is his Intera offers a global software services to, obviously it's global, so it goes international. It delivers innovative business and technology solution to Fortune 1000 companies. Congratulations to Mr. Ashok Kumar Laha. Congratulations once again. And Mr. Laha, can we request you to share your experience in brief words?
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, I like to be extremely thankful to the Eastern Chamber of Commerce for recognizing me, for giving me the award. You know, it's a long journey for me. When I went to Jadavpur University, got my education in electrical engineering, I never thought that I ever start a company. So I started working in the US. I went back to US, got my master's there, then started working there. Worked for almost 20 years in US. Then I realized that enough is enough, let's start a company. So we started a company 20 years ago. We got an office in California, Delhi, Noida, and Kolkata. It's almost 400 people who work with us in IT industry. And I'm thankful to us. I got a lots of customers, mostly customers in US based, some European based customers. And I'm very delighted that I was able to offer jobs to 400 people today. And I didn't come from the business background. I came from my father used to work for a government of India. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And finally, in this niche category, we would call upon Mr. Siddhartha Ghosh, partner Dairy Food Products. Mr. Siddhartha Ghosh runs Rainbow Dairy Food Products, which is a quality ice cream manufacturing partnership. And this has been running so successfully for the last 5 years. We call upon the dais Mr. Siddhartha Ghosh. Mr. Ghosh, who believes in treating customers with respect and faith and building long-term relationships with customers. Of course, quality is his priority as always. Thank you so much. We would like to hear a few words.
উপস্থিত এখানে সকল গুণীজন এবং বয়স্ক যারা তাদেরকে আমার প্রণাম। এই প্রথমবার আমি মঞ্চে উঠছি, খুব একটা ভালো বলতে পারি না, কিন্তু আমাদের আইসক্রিম আমরা শুরু করেছিলাম আমি মানে ডিস্ট্রিবিউটর থেকে। সেইখানে অনেক ঝড় ঝঞ্ঝাটের মধ্যে দিয়ে শুরু করা, ব্যাংকের লোন পাওয়া নিয়ে খুব অসুবিধা ছিল। তা আজকে আমরা দাঁড়িয়ে তিন বছর যাবৎ আমাদের গ্রোথ প্রত্যেক বছরই 100% করে বাড়ছে। আমরা এখন ভুবনেশ্বর, তারপরে ঝাড়খণ্ড, বিহার বিভিন্ন জায়গায় কাজ করছি এবং চাইছি যাতে ভালো প্রোডাক্ট সবাই পায় সেই হিসাবে। আর এখানে আমাদের মিস্টার সুবীর দত্তকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ আমাকে এদের রেকগনাইজ করার জন্য। নমস্কার।
অনেক ধন্যবাদ আপনাকেও। Thank you so much. I would be thanking Debashish Ghosh. Thank you so much for being with us on the dais. And may I call upon the dais Shamustri Sen, who, as you know, chairs our awards committee, and Mr. Rittik Mukherjee, who is also a part of our awards team. And from niche, we now move on to startup initiatives of the year. I would be starting with Anirban Aditya, Chairman Aditya Group. Aditya Group, as we all know, is a business house established in 1984. Anirban had been studying in Cardiff in Wales, but he had to take charge of the Aditya Group perhaps much earlier than he could have anticipated. And of course, not only running this huge group, but his concept and vision of Edu Sports is someone who has truly brought everyone's attention upon him. We request Anirban Aditya, Chairman of the Aditya Group, to come up to the dais and a few words about Edu Sports. Combining education and sports, it has not only been accepted and praised, but has caught everyone's imagination. As we were just saying, that it is for his exceptional management skills, administrative principles, and smart expansion policies that the Aditya Group is now looking to consolidate its past and present and take a quantum leap forward. We would also like to mention that he looks after many of the young etiquette footballers, taking comprehensive care of them. Anirban Aditya.
Good evening, everyone. Things got delayed. So anyways, in a nutshell, যেটা করতে চাইছি, first of all, অনির্বাণ আদিত্য, this Aditya always makes people think যে আমরা বাঙালি না. We are একদম খাঁটি বাঙালি. So we are a Bengali group first and going global. So edu sports, what we are trying to do, we are making mandatory sports in school. So আমরা এমন একটা কারিকুলাম with CBSE আমরা formulate করছি যেখানে sports has to be a part of your everyday classes আর কি. So sports and education and the whole 80% academics, 20% activities যেটা হয় generally school. So if someone wants, they can focus 80% in sports and 20% in academics. So it just to gain the spirit, gain the character of an individual is why we are putting in sports as a very special entity in schools. And we have got Bengal's first private stadium where we hosted Diego versus Dada Maradona eschilo ekhane, and right now we have got 10,000 students in Aditya Academy. So our next school is in Siliguri with Saurabh Ganguly. So he's a part of it, and again he's a sports person, so he liked the idea, and that's how we are going ahead. And let's see. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not believe in following the rut, so we are taking a little bit of a deviation, and we will do the Lifetime Achievement Award, and then once again go back to the startup initiatives. The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to a person who has been mentioned by our guest of honor. He is truly a phenomenon. Dr. Hari Prasad Kanoria, who is, let's say, he is an industrialist, he's a banker, he's a journalist, he's an educationist, he's a philanthropist, and he is a social awakener. We all know about his Stray Group, the largest NBFC group of companies in India. But many of us also know that he's the chairman and founder of the World Confluence of Humanity, Power and Spirituality, which is unique, which is a one-of-its-kind conference which takes place every year in Kolkata. He also chairs the Acid Survivors Foundation India and also the Global Ethic Foundation India to achieve inter-religious harmony and lasting peace. And as Shamiji just mentioned that he had studied economics at Presidency College then, now of course Presidency University, and also in St. Xavier's College. He had also, he received his Bachelor of Law degree from the Calcutta University. Shri Hari Prasad Kanoria ji, can we request you, sir, to say a few enlightening words?
Jai Bharat, good evening. I am humbled by this award. I am fifth generation entrepreneur, not the startup. So there have been ups and downs in the business. So I consider the entrepreneurship is an adventurous journey with joy. One has to work with devotion, righteously, selflessly, for creation of wealth and generation of wealth for the self, family, society, country, and the world. And I believe that if my purpose is right, purpose is for the welfare, the God has to conspire to help me. With this spirit, I feel and I hope that all entrepreneurs must come to develop the business. As Swamiji has said, the industries, trade and business are very essential for the society, for the country, and for the world, for keeping the employment, keeping the wheel. In our Shastra also it has been said, Dharma, Arth, Kam, Moksha. After Dharma, Dharma means righteousness. Earth, money, wealth is very essential. And then Kam and Moksha, liberation, family life, then the liberation comes. So I hope God bless all of us to be on the path of our hard work. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Shri H.P. Kanoria ji. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we go back to the startups, may I thank Shubhajit Rai for being present here today, and may I call upon Mr. Sanjeev Gandhi, who is the program committee chair, to kindly join the others on the dais. And I would now call upon Mr. Hindol Goswami, founder of Catch the Startup Bus. 20 years in media, and after that, becoming an entrepreneur. It is a fascinating story, and in fact, Hindol can do a story on himself. And congratulations for starting this Catch the Startup Bus community, which in turn has helped so many people in doing their own startups. Congratulations to Hindol Goswami. If Hindol can share his story with us.
Time is very short, so I wouldn't like to linger it, but in a few words, Mr. H.P. Kanoria, who just received this achievement award, lifetime achievement award, he just left. But Mr. H.P. Kanoria was my first inspiration, truly, because I started my career in 1999 in his magazine. It's called Business Economics, and I have encountered him many times, and he come forward with many suggestions, good suggestions, spiritual solutions. And he said that once he requoted Swamiji's Vani, that Uttishtata Jagrata Prapavara Nibodhata. So, I tried my level best. Even when I left business economics, there was reason, because everybody has their own, career path. So when I left business economics, I gifted him one Ganesha, and he also gifted me one Ganesha, and also Swami Ramakrishna Kathamrita, Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. So this is how, and also he wrote there that, be there the light. That light I am trying to find out throughout my life and throughout my career. And last 20 years of this journalistic career, I tried to find out a solution of, a target and also aim, that where I have to go. My journey, as I started in journalism, that converted into entrepreneurship, because, it's a sheer passion towards entrepreneurship. The network what I have created throughout this journalistic career, I want to use that for the betterment of the society and all the startup ecosystem. Let's see how can we move forward. How can this this can be beneficial for the eastern region, and also the Bengal, Kolkata, Patna, Jharkhand, Ranchi, all over the places, Bhubaneswar, and every entire eastern region should emerge as a the leader of India. So this is the my wish, my dream.
And I'm really thankful, really thankful to Eastern Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Shubirda, and also Ritikda for inviting me here and also giving me this honor. Thank you very much. Swamiji, thank you very much.